Hey everybody, Crystal with Rehab Dynamics here. Today I have Brandt Quick with Be Quick Nutrition and Be Quick Athletic Development. Thanks, Brandt, for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Crystal. I really appreciate it, and look forward to answering any questions you have and spending some time Zooming.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about, I know you do athletic training, but I also know you do nutrition. So let's start with the athletic training part. Tell us who's your ideal client, or what kind of clients do you currently have or want or looking for, that kind of thing.
Sure. So I have clients anywhere from 4 years old all the way up to in the 80s, and I love everyone the same. They could be athletes, they could be someone who's just trying to get in better shape, live a better life, be educated on health, get healthy from the inside out. I pretty much do everything under the health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, and performance umbrella. So everybody who fits into that mold, I love helping, and that's really my goal on a daily basis, is to help as many people as I can. Again, whether they're athletic goals, climbing a mountain, or just to be healthier from the inside out and understanding their bodies better. That's what I'm all about. So I enjoy it very much, and I'm blessed to be able to do it.
Awesome. So obviously an 80-year-old's workout is different than the teenager workout. So do you do group fitness, or you do personal one-on-one training, or how does that work?
Yeah, so I do it all. Some people prefer one-on-ones, and that's fine with me. There's a great personal element there, and so a lot of people like that. Specificity of what exactly they need. Whereas when I do group training, because I do that too, but you try to tailor everything to the audience of your group. So we try to be as specific as we can within a group setting, offering modifications and things like that to keep people healthy and safe, because injuries can happen when people get a little overzealous and they see somebody else doing something that they think they should be doing at that time, and it may not be the case. So it's my job to help pull back the reins, make sure they're in a safe environment, they're training progressively and doing the right thing. So we have groups of athletes. I train athletes one-on-one. We work with teams. So in that setting, it's really doing a lot of exercise testing, performance testing, to then write the exercise prescription for that particular group or that particular individual, in whatever case we're working with them.
Got it. And then I know there's a lot of research out there, but what do you recommend as far as exercise for people? Is it 30 minutes, an hour, how many times a week, that kind of thing?
Sure. It just depends on the individual. I think just you talking about general population.
Sure.
Yeah, so general population, I think, there's a lot of research out there right now that suggests, for longevity and vitality and mortality, even just 3 times a week for 30 minutes is very beneficial and effective. Within that 30-minute period, I always recommend a progressive program, but if you are pretty fit, you can fit some pretty good intensity into a 30-minute window that can provide some, really effective results and adaptation in the body. If you're just starting out, obviously I just recommend something really simple, just some cardiovascular exercise, ride the bike, get on a treadmill, stay at a conversational pace, build a good foundation for your aerobic platform from which to build from there, if you so choose to. But if not, 30 minutes a few times a week, even 2 times a week is, better than 1, better than 0. So, and then working with athletes too, a lot of times with them, it's really trying to, especially my endurance athletes, and triathletes, it's trying to pull back the reins on them because they feel like more is better, volume is better, and that's not always the case. So, it's writing the exercise prescription becomes, scientific and periodization, and, as you well know. And so, but everybody's different. So there's an art and a science to coaching. The science is, here's what the physiology is, here's what it states, here's how our body works, but everyone is different in how you coach them. And that is the art of coaching. So.
Awesome. And so if one of our patients or somebody that's watching this wants to sign up with you to do the athletic portion, how would they do that? Is it visits or by month, or how does that work?
Yeah, generally. So, with some of my athletes, we do monthly programs with them. For the most part, with our adults and our small group training and individual training. The individual training is by appointment, and then the group training is basically drop in, or people commit to a certain amount of sessions usually, or they commit to a certain day of the week that they'll come to a group, and then maybe they also do a one-on-one. So, if they ever want to get in touch with me, you can always call me at 504-451-5391. You can always get on Facebook. I'm on there. I'm on Instagram at Be Quick Fitness, Twitter, same handle. I'm on LinkedIn as well. So you can approach me through either any one of those channels. You can contact me directly at that number, text, phone call. Either way is good. Email is bqfitness@gmail.com. So you can contact me there too, and I can give you more information on specifics of group times, dates, prices, one-on-ones and individuals, and those kind of things as well in our programs.
And where are y'all located?
We're located at 305 North Vermont in Covington, Louisiana. So we're about 50 yards, just it's going to be west of the Southern Hotel. So if you're looking directly
Okay.
at the Southern Hotel's door, yeah, you just go to the next corner on South Vermont in Boston, and you can see my building right there.
Awesome. So now let's move into nutrition. I know you have your own supplement line. So tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So, being that I do work with nutrition, I do have a nutrition line I developed about 8 years ago. I've had it developed longer than that in terms of my formulations, but we went to market with it about 8 years ago. And so we have 4 core supplements. One's our fuel, which is a broad spectrum, don't want to call it a meal replacement, but it's or protein as people call it, but it's a broad spectrum nutraceutical. So it's not just protein. It does have 25 grams of protein, but also 5 grams of fiber. It has electrolytes. It has other antioxidants like acai berry and ginger, which helps digestion and decreases inflammation. So we have all those things in there. We have some digestive enzymes that is specific to our fuel called Fuelzyme that we had designed specifically for that, manufactured for that, to give you the best chance in digestion. And we have some prebiotic fibers in there as well. So that's our broad spectrum nutraceutical as far as a protein or recovery supplement. Also, our Burn is an omega-3 clarinol CLA. So that's a natural anti-inflammatory. It's nature's anti-inflammatory. So helps the cardiovascular system, decreases inflammation, and also, as a byproduct, it helps us to burn our visceral fat because we're giving our body more fat and telling our body we can let go of some of the visceral fat that we're holding on to. So those are our 2 powdered products. And then we have 2 encapsulated products, which is Lean, which has our clarinol CLA, as well as other synergists that help it. And then also our Energy, which is a cellular energy complex, which has 3 different kinds of mushrooms, rhodiola. We also have methylcobalamin B12 in there, amongst other nutraceuticals as well. So those are our 4 core products. And, we have a, program that works with that as well. And then I have other nutritional programs that we work with as well and have much success with.
So would any of those, I'd say the majority of my patients are either post-op or just have generalized pain, back pain, neck pain, whatever it may be. Or any of those, would you recommend for those type of patients pre or post-surgery, or just to help with the pain and inflammation type of things?
Absolutely. I think, that key word as you started talking about pain and all those different things, obviously that's inflammation. And so the more we can reduce inflammation through nutrition and what we put in our bodies, the better. And so, our products definitely address those issues. Like I said, the Burn is great because it's an omega-3 fat, which is nature's anti-inflammatory. So it helps reduce inflammation naturally, not only in the joints and all those things and ailments that you mentioned, post-ops and things like that, but also, in the cardiovascular system as well. We can hold inflammation in our heart. We measure that via CRP levels. So, decrease in inflammation in the heart and the vascular system is key as well. So, that's a big component. And then the fuel would be great for anyone, in post-op who are rebuilding and repairing tissues. That's what that's all about. And then our Energy is, like I said, it's a cellular energy complex. So it's not, in terms of what people think of energy drinks and things like that, it's actually helps to strengthen the immune system and helps our body work better at a cellular level. And some of our other nutritional programs as well help to decrease inflammation immensely. And the byproduct of not only my supplements, but also some other nutrition programs that we use help to reduce inflammation. They reduce, weight. We've gotten people off medications, blood pressure, cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, got people off sleep apnea, CPAP masks, and sleep medications and things like that. So, really, really powerful programs. And, that to me is the most important thing. Sure, body composition is a big part of that. And, a lot of people delve into those things for aesthetic reasons. But at the end of the day, it's about alleviating inflammation and living our best life.
So if somebody were to come to you for nutrition and or personal training, do you measure all that stuff for them pre and post and during their workouts?
Yes. So go ahead.
No, just like their body fat or, measuring like what medicines they're on and monitoring throughout their progress throughout their program.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we do, I have an intake form, and then I also do a health assessment with people, which is generally just a conversation. So, you come in, we're going to talk about your goals, your why, not just your goals, but what that means to you. So if you can achieve those goals and exceed them, what does that truly mean to your life? You're able to bend over and tie your shoes, just simple things like that, some of us take for granted, but other people truly do have issues with those things. And so, I think not only the goals and the whys, but how is that going to help us in our everyday life? Are we going to be able to go out and play with our kids and run around and play baseball with them and things like that? So the first thing is the health assessment. Within that health assessment, it's also, finding out other habits of health like, hydration and sleep and stress and your eating habits and any habits of motion right now. Are you on any medications? Are you allergic to any foods? So we do go through with that. I do have body fat calipers, so I use those, and we do a body composition test. I can do girth measurements here, which I do sometimes, but some people like to do those themselves, and that's fine. I encourage them to take before and after pictures, although that's not a necessity for me, but I always tell them, hey, your new self is going to want to see your old self at some point. So even though you may not want to take that picture right now, have somebody else take it and put it down and just archive it somewhere, so that when you are your new self, you can go back and look at that. And then we also do metabolic testing as well. So we have we do resting metabolic rate and exercise metabolic rate testing for your patients out there that don't know what that is. If you ever watch the Gatorade commercials, sometimes they have and I don't advocate Gatorade, but a guy running with a mask on the treadmill. That's our exercise metabolic rate testing. A lot of people refer to it as VO2 testing. So VO2 max, which is our maximal oxygen consumption in milliliters per kilogram per minute, and that's kind of our genetic potential. The two things we get within that test are our aerobic base heart rate, which is where we burn fat for fuel, and then our anaerobic threshold heart rate, where we burn carbohydrate for fuel. And so when we have those, we can actually pinpoint exercise prescription, at those particular heart rate zones to produce certain adaptations that we want to see in just general population, for body composition. Yeah, come on, anytime.
That sounds fun. And we didn't mention, where can you find your supplements? Is it just at your gym, or do you sell them at other locations?
Now we have a smoothie shop over in Metairie, Smoothie Time. They carry our CLA, which is our Clarinol, our burn powder, Be Quick Burn. For the most part, though, I just do it out of my gym. We have a lot of great local clients, and what I found is that through all of the packaging that we, manufacturing and all those things, it just became a lot of cost to pass on. So what I do, anybody can contact me directly, and I can get you the supplements. We have clients out of town that I mail them to, and things like that. So people just contact me directly, and they can come up to the gym and get exactly what they need.
And what hours are you open, or does it depend? Is somebody always there, like normal hours, or?
Well, yes, our normal hours, but we don't generally say, hey, we're here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or anything like that. It's basically, some days I'm here at 4:30 in the morning and I'm here till 6:30, and some days I'm here at 5:30 to 4:30. It just depends on the day. So I definitely encourage somebody to reach out, because we're not a typical gym in that we're open for membership, so to speak. We're all personal and group training, hands-on, specific work, and our testing and consulting and all the things that we do out of here.
And when most people see you, or do you have people that work with you?
Most people see me, but I do have, some people that coaches that work with me from time to time, and, yoga instructors and things like that, because I do teach yoga and Pilates and those things. So
that's what I was going to ask. Is there any other services or anything that you offer as well?
Yep. So we, I do teach yoga and Pilates, and I incorporate that in really to what we do in our general overall training. So we do have a couple of yoga classes that I do per week that are just specific yoga / Pilates. I do mix that in some, but we can do anything and shift gears and say, hey, we're going to do just a mobility class today, or we're going to do a foam rolling recovery mobility class, or we're going to do all core and mobility. So we have the ability to be dynamic in what we do, and switch things up, on the fly, even if need be, depending on the audience and who shows up to our groups, if it's not a one-on-one training session. So.
Very cool. All right. Well, anything else that we missed that you want to tell people about, or did we get it all?
No, I think you did a great job interviewing me. You may have a second career in as a news commentator for sure. That'd be awesome, and maybe on 60 Minutes. But no, I sincerely appreciate you having me today, and look forward to talking to any of your patients or anybody who may reach out and maybe doing a metabolic test on you soon.
Yes. Say your number again one more time.
My number is 504-451-5391. And, you can look me up on Facebook, or like at Be Quick Fitness on Instagram, Twitter, or, wherever you're at in the stratosphere of social media, LinkedIn, I'm on all that, bqfitness@gmail.com as well.
Perfect. Thanks, Brandt.
All right, Crystal. Have a great day today. Thanks so much.
You too. Bye.